Hello everyone, welcome back to the Little Shop of Hoarders, the PDX Picker channel. My name is Chris and we are going to pull some orders that are sold for me on eBay. I also want to talk about a tip that can really help you jumpstart your listing. So stick around after the intro song, we'll get into pulling some orders and talking about that topic.
Wanna buy that Farrah Fawcett poster? There's dispensers and a toaster. Don't know why. That kind of stuff you throw away. I'll sell on eBay.
Alright, so it is the end of the weekend. Okay weekend for sales. My December is not starting off spectacularly. Kind of goes off of last year's December. My November was pretty good for me last November, in 2023, and then December kind of went down about 25% or so. And I'm thinking that this year probably going to be similar. I had a really great November, over $6,000 in sales, and trending more towards, I don't know if I'm going to hit $4,000 in sales for the month of December. So that's a bit frustrating, but I think it's a little bit to be expected. I don't have a ton of Christmassy type gifts or Christmassy type items in my store, so I mean, it kind of makes sense that maybe you're not going to get a lot of sales this month. But anyway, let's pull a couple of orders and then we'll get into that topic. First order is a really good one. Kind of hard to beat. Infinite Profit. I went to a garage sale just maybe a month or two ago and found a few things that were okay, but they were overpriced and I wasn't super interested in them. But then I saw there was this table at the front that everything was marked for free, and on it was a whole bunch of HP toner. So I ended up getting, I think, 5 total toner boxes, one of which I have sold already, and then I sold this lot of 3. So it's yellow, cyan, and magenta. Let me grab it all and I'll show it to you here in a bit. There it all is right here, HP 304A, cyan, yellow, magenta. Paid nothing for it, and it sold for $144.90, free shipping. I reconfirmed with the garage sale homeowner, did they for sure want to give these away for free? They didn't have the printer anymore, didn't have any use for them, so they were more than happy to offload them to me. So I grabbed them, sold one for about $50 already. These are new, unopened. You know, the not only is it unopened on the inside, but the box is unopened, so really nice, $144.90. with no outlay on that. Great start to the day. And then this next item that sold, picked this up for $5 at a garage sale, and I thought it was just kind of a typical, normal Columbia vest, Columbia puffer vest. I do sell these somewhat regularly. This is a green one, men's sized large, I believe. Yeah, men's sized large. But when I was going to list this, I realized this was a goose down puffer vest, which really helps with the value. So that one sold for $33. Take an offer on it. Sold for $33 plus shipping. I want to give you an update about something I showed or sold in a video a couple days ago, because this was good information for me to learn, and I just want to pass it along because you might not know it. Then after that, we'll get into the topic. So I showed you that I had bought a Google Nest smoke and carbon monoxide alarm. Only paid $3 or maybe $4.99 for it at the thrift store, and sold it for $54.95 in a matter of hours. There were only 2 listed when I went to list mine, and there were over 750 that had sold. So just an insane sell-through rate. Definitely an item you want to for sure keep an eye out on when you're out there. It is a bolo, but turned out to not be a bolo for me, or at least not a great one for me. I learned something about the product, and I want to pass this information along to you. I guess those smoke alarms, those smoke and carbon monoxide alarms, have expiration dates on them. Probably should have noticed it. It said it on the back of the alarm. It kind of said it on a few of the listings. I'm going to take 100% ownership for doing a bad job when I went to list this. I probably should have noticed it. The buyer noticed it, wanted to return the item. I immediately responded with a full refund plus shipping, saying that was my bad completely. Don't worry about sending the item back. But on the back there, the old original generation, so there's, I think we're on generation 2 for those Google Nest smoke and carbon monoxide alarms. Maybe we're on Gen 3, I'm not sure, but the old original Gen 1s started being made in around 2013, I believe, and they only had a 7-year shelf life. And it's not that, oh, they don't work as well after 7 years. They just don't work at all once the expiration date comes along. For whatever, I don't know what it is, but whatever the detection process on the inside is they expire after a certain period of time. I think our normal non-Google Nest carbon monoxide detectors might also expire. So when you are, if you happen to come across one of those, just look on the back. It will tell you what the expiration date is. Make sure you find one. Before you buy it, make sure it hasn't expired already. If it has, it's no good. Leave it there. Don't buy it. It's not worth it. So a little bit of a bummer that I learned that the hard way. Thankfully I only lost $5. I have a feeling that the thrift store knew that it was expired. Probably not the first one they've sold, and that's also probably why they priced it so low, which any amount of money is too much in my opinion. So that was a bit frustrating to have lost out on the $5, but learning a lesson, and it was relatively cheap, all things considered. I'll pull one more item, and then we'll get into the topic. This came to me the other day, and I liked the idea of it, so I thought I'd share it, because I think it could be beneficial for multiple people out there. I sold another one of these. Hopefully I can find it. A Detroit Red Wings luggage tag. I think I found the sweet spot in terms of price, which is okay. I mean, it means I'm making about $2 on each of these. Here it is right here, $8.99 free shipping. I have one of these left, as well as 3 Los Angeles Lakers versions. Good stocking stuffer, I would imagine. I originally had these priced for $14.99, and I think I'm pretty sure I didn't sell any, so probably somewhere in between $9 and $15 would be better. Probably like $11.99 or so. Oh well, I'm just kind of ready to get rid of them. I've had them listed for over a year, I think. Topic of the day is an efficiency improvement process. It's a way that I think I'm going to implement to help me improve my listing efficiency. So I've talked about in the past, a long time ago in an old video, about how it's important to, if you have a listing goal, a per day listing goal, that's great and all, but I found that in the past, sometimes I would go to, let's say I had a goal of listing 5 items per day, and I'd go to start that process, and then I'd get like 3 listings in, and all of a sudden I look at the time and I've basically run out of time to do any more. And the reason for that is lots of times I will do a deep dive into the research on an item to make sure I know exactly what it is or all the details about it when I go to post it, which can be good for certain items, especially if they're very high dollar, let's say $75 and above. But for some of the lower dollar items, most of the time, taking a really deep dive into doing a bunch of research on it is not going to be that efficient. So I've come up with an idea that may help you, because I'm going to implement it, and maybe you can too, and that is to associate either a music playlist or a YouTube playlist with the amount of time that I have allotted myself to list for that day. So if I want to list 5 items a day and I don't want that to take any more than, let's say, 30 minutes, well, I'm going to come up with either one YouTube video or a combination of a couple of videos that will equal about 30 minutes. And I'm going to know that I'm going to press play on those, and once those videos end, I need to be done with my listing. The same could be said for music playlists. Maybe you put together a playlist that is, again, 30 minutes long, 45 minutes long, an hour long, 20 minutes long, whatever the time period is, the time length. Come up with a playlist so that you can put it on there, and then have a visual reminder of how much time is left on your listing for the day, because inevitably, just as I mentioned, it can just be a good way to keep you on track, keep you focused, and make sure that you don't lose track of time, and next thing you know, it's well past when you need to be doing something else or whatever. Or worse, you only list 2 things, you run out of time, and then the next day you only list 2 things, you run out of time, and then you're just not hitting your listing goals, and that's not going to be helping your store. So I'm going to be implementing that. Maybe there's something similar that you can implement or you have implemented as well, and if so, comment below and let us know what that might be. Some sort of device to help you with your listing efficiency. All right, let's go back to pulling some more orders that sold for me on eBay. We've got 5 more that'll go out for today. I just picked this up last Friday and I went ahead and listed it, I think the next day, maybe the same day, I can't remember exactly. But it is this Wedgwood porcelain cross ornament, and picked that up for $3.99, and it sold within a day or two for $24.95 plus shipping. So 'tis the season, of course, to be listing Christmas-related ornament type items. I wanted to make sure to list that right away so I could hopefully sell it before the season ended, and it did. Or it did sell, so that was a nice surprise. Frankly, I had no idea if it was going to sell. I didn't discount the price. I just put it at what the going price was, which was, I've seen some go for as low as 15, some go for 22, 20. I've seen a few go for the $24.95 and a few go for a little bit more than that. But I was on the higher end of the range. It was small enough that if it didn't sell, I was okay with it. I was okay holding on to it for another year because I don't think it is something that would never ever go out of style. But anyway, it paid off. I sold another Scentsy, and I was kind of surprised at this one. Just in that, I got a little bit more for it than some of the other ones here. Hope you can see that on there. This is called the Morning Grind. It is supposed to take the shape, or the shape of a coffee grinder. Of course, it doesn't grind coffee. It's a Scentsy warmer, but I think I have about 6 Scentsy warmers left, or maybe, no. Which I've sold about half of them, so all well in the profit. That one sold for $20 plus shipping. This was used, I think it was used. So that was a pre-owned one, so pretty good money, I think, for that one. They are retired. That helps a little bit with the value on them, but pretty good. Pretty good, as they say. I took a shot in the dark on this item, and turned out to be a really good sale. Let's see, it's on 3BB. So went to my thrift store 2 weeks ago, and in this random section, it's normally like golf club bags and strollers and I don't know, just things like that. Playpens, larger items. They had a little milk crate full of a bunch of fishing harnesses. I didn't know what they were at first, but doing a little bit of research on them, I found out they were fishing harnesses. And had been there for at least a week because they were all 50% off. So bought 3 of them, maybe 4 of them. And this one sold right here. So it's an AFTCO, AFTCO. This is called the Max Force 2 fishing harness. So it's got clips on here. This one is used. I have another one that is new, never used. So paid $7.50 for it. And it sold super quick for $54.95 plus shipping. I've got 2 others listed. I think maybe I just bought 3. 2 others listed for around the same price. The newer one I have priced at $75, but the other one I priced around that $55 range. So when those sell, which I think they will, that'll be a really nice chunk of change. I had no idea about this 22. When I found it, I looked into it and I thought it was a good deal. I bought it for $5 at a garage sale, kind of a neighborhood garage sale. And then, so I bought it for $5. I thought it was a good deal when I comped it. I brought it back to the shop. I went to list it and it wasn't looking nearly as good when I went to comp it this time. But I don't know, I must have listed it right. There just wasn't, I don't think there was anything else like it out there. But it's this welding helmet right here. I learned a little bit about welding helmets. Just kind of ironic. My dad and my mom and dad owned a welding supply business for quite a long time, and my dad was in the welding supply industry for pretty much his entire career. So you would think maybe I would have picked up a little bit more along the way, but no, pretty much know nothing about welding. But this, do you see that mask there? How it has like it's got like a sensor on the front, and anyway, what this is it automatically dims. You can see it on the inside a little better. It automatically dims when a bright light hits it. So like if you're welding and you need to protect your eyes, as soon as you turn on your welding machine and get that bright light going, it'll automatically dim. Well, I thought that was just naturally part of the helmet. This is a Huntsman 951P helmet. But no, that is an add-on. These are kind of two separate things, but they've been put together. So this is a Huntsman 951P helmet and this iView auto dimmer lens. Anyway, like I said, I learned a lot about this. I thought it was one and the same to begin with, but no, you have to kind of buy them separately. So that sold for $34.95 plus shipping pretty quickly. Only about maybe 6 weeks that one took to sell. As of today, I have not gotten any negative feedback from my the messages I sent to the bad buyers, the buyers that had the bad behavior about a week ago. So far so good. Today, it hasn't arrived yet, but today the package is returning. The returned shipped item of the Linfield ski parka. No, the Linfield University True West swim parka. We will see what is in there. I really have a feeling that it's just going to be somebody that didn't pay any attention to the measurements in the listing, and I think I'm going to get the actual swim parka back. Fingers crossed. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. But no negative feedback for canceling the order for the person who tried to buy that hanger for $5 and wanted a partial refund on the shipping. I don't know if it's been, you have to wait 7 days before you can leave negative feedback on something. So we're right on that cusp of when they're allowed. So could definitely still happen in the future. But so far so good. And frankly, if we get negative feedback, I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm at 99.8% right now. So one or two more negative feedbacks isn't going to be the end of the world. And the one that I do have currently will drop off here in the next probably month or two. Last item of the day that sold. Again, I love these things. This is an Oregon Scientific thermo sensor for a indoor-outdoor thermometer. This is the THN132N model. You can see these are, weathered. They're just not in the most pristine looking condition, but if you can find those, they sell real quickly and for really good money. Picked this up for $2.50 along with the thermometer that went with it as well. Sold the thermometer. Each of those, both of them I bought for $5 at an estate sale. Sold the thermometer for $18 or $19 free shipping, and this one sold for $44.95 plus shipping. So again, if you can find I don't know if there's other brands out there. I just happen to come across these Oregon Scientific ones a lot. I don't know if there's other brands out there that might have the same kind of great sell-through rate. But if you do come across one of these indoor-outdoor thermometers, look it up. It could very well be a really good pickup. Just this, I wouldn't necessarily worry about the thermometer, but just this for sure will often be a really good pickup. So that's going to do it for today's video. It might be a little bit of a short one, but sometimes that's okay. So please like this video if you did, and subscribe to my channel to get more content like this in the future. Good luck with all your reselling ventures out there, and we'll catch you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.